You know you have completely enchanted a woman if she's thinking about you all day long and all through the night. Nothing makes a man more desirable and attractive when he's effortlessly making a fortress in his woman's mind. It doesn't matter if you're in an established relationship or trying to date your dream girl. Every man wants their partner to remain fixated on them. After all, it's the ultimate sign that a woman finds you attractive and wants to build a life with you. This is why we've gathered the 10 most effective tips to get a woman to constantly think about you. Start taking notes because you're going to learn a thing or two today. Number 10. Be unpredictable. Consider yourself a whole package deal, but never offer every trick up your sleeve in one single go. Women are constantly intrigued by men who are more challenging than a 1,000-piece puzzle. They'd want to sort you out even if it's a long haul. And this is exactly what you need to occupy her mind. She'd want to guess your next big move, and that alone would keep her on her tiptoes. Surprise her with flowers when she's working, buy her the purse she was talking about, and cook something for her. When you do the unexpected and deviate away from your scripted moves, that's when you'll catch her off guard. Sure, you can follow a script and play it safe all the time, but she'd find you boring and less adventurous. Your time with her would become a routine rather than a gift that keeps on giving. It's like rewatching your favorite shows on a loop. Everything is right about it, but you certainly know what happens next, and you're bound to lose interest in a second or two. Your unpredictability would keep her engrossed in your relationship, and she would love to see the fun, spontaneous side of you that all women crave. Number 9. Leave a good impression. It doesn't matter what everyone tells you. Life seldom gives you a second chance. And when you want your woman to constantly think about you, you have to follow the carpe diem philosophy. Don't leave anything on chance. Everything about you should scream elegance, confidence, self-assurance, and romance. Pick an outfit that she would love on your frame. Say hello to her friends. Wear a great watch, and you'd see that these small gestures create a long-lasting impact on her. Think of every moment with her as your last. Then you'd want to do everything right in that limited time frame. And just like magic, your woman would pick on small enticing details that she couldn't quite forget, from how your hands looked while driving or how receptive you were to her conversations. She'll remember everything about you. Number 8. Talk less. Picture this. You're at a fancy, crowded party where people cannot stop talking about themselves. Whenever they open their mouths, they ought to reveal something about their life. Soon enough, they would fail to captivate the interest of the crowd, because now everyone knows everything about the chatty folks. The fascination with the unknown was lost in the myriad of secrets they were revealing about themselves. If you're one of those people who are extremely forthcoming with words, we have news for you. Women actually find mysterious men attractive and enchanting, and that's exactly why you gotta keep them guessing. If you're tight-lipped, you're essentially a book that women can't stop reading. They would be naturally curious about you, and they would want to turn the pages of your relationship at lightning speed. When you keep your partner curious about yourself, you're giving them the heavenly rite of passage to think about you constantly. In fact, all of your interactions with her would become extremely meaningful. You'll be revealing an important piece of information about yourself one day at a time. Number 7. Don't chase her. Of course, you want to show your crush that she means a lot to you, but calling her 5 times a day isn't helping your case. On the contrary, you'll come off as a clingy man who can't seem to give women their rightful space. It's all about maintaining an alluring persona that leaves women wanting more. When you try to squeeze yourself into her life like a jigsaw puzzle that doesn't fit, she would want to get rid of you. That's right. One thing about women is that they respond to curiosity and mysteriousness. She would hardly ever have time to think about you in your absence if you were constantly texting her. Sure, you'd be on her mind, but for all the wrong reasons. Give her space and time to process her interactions with you. That way, she would be intrigued to know more about you. Number 6. Be financially stable. All right, you don't have to pull out your checkbook for this one, and you certainly don't need to flex your net worth to stand out in the room of potential men for her. The thing is, women actually know when a man is financially stable or not. For them, it's not some game of charade that they would have to look for hints and make the right guesses. They just know. And that is exactly what you need to win the grand marathon against every other man who isn't making the big bucks. At the finish line, you would find a woman who thinks about building a comfortable and sustainable life with you. Financially stable men are in a league of their own. They stride on their sheer natural confidence, and their financial security is a huge part of how they interact with women. They are confident about planning great date nights, investing in their partners, and building a comfortable lifestyle. What's not to like? Number 5. Smell heavenly. When you pass by her, you want her to turn her head around and tell herself, "Oh, he smells so good." And voila, you have her attention right off the bat. And you didn't even have to say a word. The way to a woman's heart and her mind is to smell heavenly. Even when she doesn't know your name or what you do, she would know that your scent can drive her to learn everything about you. The human mind works in weird ways. Our most potent sense is the sense of smell, which invokes our memories and emotions. So subconsciously, we recognize certain people or places with smells associated with them. And when you wear a sexy fragrance that makes you stand out in the room, you're forging a new association with the woman you like. Your heavenly perfume is bound to pique her interest in you, and in the blink of an eye, she would be looking for a window to engage in a conversation with you that'll leave her even more curious and intrigued. Number 4. Humor her. Have you ever found a person smiling to themselves? It happens momentarily, but they would be working or doing a chore, and they would be reminded of something very humorous that you said or texted. If you're funny or have impeccable comedic timing, women would have a hard time getting you out of their minds. In their solitary moments, they would think about your nonchalant and effortless joke that got them laughing super hard. But there is a catch. Don't make any pointy, offensive, or mean jokes. That's a major turnoff for most women. She would, of course, think about you, but not in a way that you'd like. Number 3. Don't seek attention. Our society has an insatiable thirst to seek attention from people of all stature. It doesn't matter how it happened, because everyone wants to feel validated and important. But ever wondered why women find men with zero to little social media presence super attractive and charming? Well, it's all about being extremely self-assured and confident about your standing in society and your social status. You don't need validation or appreciation from an average Joe because you already have your eyes on the ball. That sort of self-belief is so striking and rare that any woman would want to know how you pull that persona off. She would know that you're the real deal because you can live in the shadows completely unbothered and unfazed. Plus, any woman would want to know more about you. Your IRL low profile and limited social media presence makes you a mysterious person naturally. You're just a path that is less traveled by. As part of your charm, women would see you as exclusivity. They would know that only they're privy to their life and your secrets. It makes them feel special and loved. Number 2. Make yourself scarce. Do you know what women love and adore? When men make time for them. It doesn't matter if you're driving her to work or taking her for a date night. A woman feels more cherished and loved when she knows you're breaking your protocol to be there for her. Making yourself scarce isn't about disappearing completely from the act or going deeply MIA. It's about showing your woman that even during a busy day, you're her priority. If you're always at her beck and call, the charm of being enigmatic simply goes away, and she would have no reason to think about you. Number 1. Create an emotional connection. Let's give you an insight into the life of a woman who has a plethora of options for her male suitors. She's still struggling to settle down because she doesn't feel comfortable and vulnerable in anyone's presence. That's where you come in. A man who knows that women crave emotional intimacy over fancy dates or expensive vacations. She will only think about you if you are successful in making her feel protected and taken care of. If you don't pay attention to her needs and wants, she wouldn't think any differently of you. Her thought processes would entail you as an immature person who is self-centered and can't look beyond himself. And that's a bummer, right? Yet, if you let your empathetic side make the most of your interactions with her, she'll want you to let her guard down in front of you. Once she realizes that she feels safe with you, there would be no going back. Found any of these tips useful? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more.